Thank you so much.
Huh? Thank you.
Yes.
Principal sir, do we start now? Very good evening to you all. Shri Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya Ausa, District Latur, in Maharashtra State, is organized a World Record Series 2. Today there is 324th day of the World Record Series, and the keynote speaker for today's session is on dais, Honorable Dr. Rakhi, chitnis ma'am. So first of all, I heartily welcome you, madam. I welcome the chief organizer, our ideal principal, M.M. Bedkar sir. Also welcome faculties of my college and all those dear participants. The topic for today's presentation is parent-teacher collaboration, enhancing student success through partnership. Now this topic is going to present, as I have mentioned, Dr. Rakhi Chitnis ma'am. At present, she is serving as a teacher, head academics, Shri Ravishankar Vidya Mandir, preschool, Indore. So with this brief introduction, now I request you, madam, please start your presentation on the topic, parents-teacher collaboration, enhancing students' success through partnerships. You are most welcome.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Prashant, sir. Thank you, Dr. Bedkar, sir. It's a great opportunity for me to present myself on this platform. This is something I would say a first time on such a big platform or and for such big event that you all have organized for the World Record Series I'm talking here about. So I welcome all the guests here, and initially only I would like to thank you all for giving me patient listening. And we are going to talk about various aspects of school education that a day-to-day life every day we are facing amongst the students, especially when they are into the age of teenagers, coming into the 9 to 12 grades. Fine. So I would request all the participants to be in an interactive way. We'll discuss about. No doubt you all are there from higher education side, but the basic starts from school education, I believe. So this is the area of potential where we are building the basic of every child so that he can get into the higher education, get into the professional studies, and build up the career into the way they want to be. Fine, but this is cannot be possible alone by the child. It's a community that we need to build up to make a child a successful citizen, a responsible citizen, a citizen with belongingness towards society, towards country, towards the educational institutes from where they have started with their education. And of course, the first education starts from home itself, as we all know. So first schooling is the home, and the first teachers are the parent. And it's a big, never-ending communication or never-ending topic that how a parent and a teacher can come together on a single platform to build a career of a child. Right? As today is 24th of January, we are celebrating International Day of Education. As we all know, it's celebrated as an International Day of Education to support the transformative actions for uh, inclusive education, for equitability, and of course, a quality education to a child. So my one question to all dear educators, you all are here. You are all are sparing all your life in educating children. So what standards we measure the quality of an education? It's just one question we can start with, that what your mindset when we come to a quality education. And it not only starts from higher education, it should start from school level, what I feel. So I would request all, you all are welcome with this question. At least one or two should come up giving me their ideas, that what are your measures or what are your standards when you talk about a quality education, because today India is looking.
Madam, it's just from the success of the students, overall
Success.
development of the students. in the
Of
school
course.
college.
Of course, very good, sir. Anyone else, if you could come up? Yes, sir. Please, Shukla, sir, if you want to say something.
Yeah, yeah. I think the education should have some outcome, that whatever
Of
we are
course,
learning, it has to be implemented practically. Then only
of
that
course,
education is in the real sense, it is quality education.
of course, sir. Very nice. So we are looking forward for citizens, those who all are skillful, those who all not bound with a rote learning kind system. And when they come into the higher education system, when they come into the professional world, they must be skillful enough to understand what qualities they have, right? And to know the quality of a child, it's not only the school is responsible, or it's not only the parents are responsible, it's the entire community which is responsible to build up the skills in in a child, right? So with all this introductory sessions, I would really like to go forward with my presentation, that what are the key aspects that actually make a teacher and a parent collaboration to enhance the quality education, or to make our child more skillful. So if we move forward in this series, yes, actually we know what are the benefits of collaboration that we need to understand first. That what actually the collaboration makes us understand, or what makes us know that why we need this kind of collaboration in our education system. See, today we are more talking about NEP. We are more talking about uh, national education policies. And national education policy for the school level is actually talking about developing the skills from the early childhood of a child. So when it comes to national education policy, when it comes to developing skill of a child, so it is most important that the parent and teacher must come together. So when they're coming together, when they are moving at one goal, one strategies, there are many things that come forward. And of course, there is an academic performance of the child. This is the most important aspect. Second is behavioral aspect of a child. It's regular attendance, like regular presence in the school. Second, most important, third important is what I feel is the social and emotional development. It is the major aspect today. I'll talk in detail about this in further of my slides. And problem solving skills that we have, of course, NEP is talking about the skill development. And when we are talking about skill development, it is the major concern that how a child can able to face any problem which is coming into his life. That is what we know, that is what we call as an quality education. I am making my child more skillful, more enabled, that he can able to face any kind of situation in his life. He will not break down if any emotional breakup comes. He will not break down if any social breakup comes. He should stand firmly to come up with all those problems. So this is the important benefit we get when we have this collaboration of a teacher and a parent. And of course, positive school and environment we are developing. See, most of the schools, even you all are parent, you have small kids in the school, and you are looking forward for parents teacher meeting every month, maybe quarterly, maybe half yearly of the school, looking into the school. And what are the scenarios in the school? The two teams standing in front of each other, blaming game is going on. पेरेंट्स आर सेइंग मेरा बच्चा बहुत अच्छा है, मेरा बच्चा ऐसा नहीं करता है, मेरा बच्चा वैसा नहीं करता है. एंड टीचर्स आर सेइंग नहीं, आपका बच्चा तो ऐसा है, आपका बच्चा तो ऐसा ही करता है. एंड वी कीप ऑन ब्लेमिंग, एंड दैट पुअर चाइल्ड स्टैंडिंग इन बिटवीन, just looking at the face of once the parent and once the teacher, he cannot do anything, right? So this is the most of the time, this is the scene when we comes to PTMs. Even I am a teacher, I am a parent too, and I'm looking into maybe being in head academics of the school. I came across so many situations where this blame game is going on. So somewhere we need to stop this. Somewhere we have to understand that parents and teachers are not competent of each other. They are on the one platform. They have to move collaboratively. They have a single set of goal, that is the child must reach the objective, child must reach the final goals of his life. That is what I feel is talking about. So these are the benefits actually when it comes across, when a parent and a teacher, or when we have a collaborative learning system of our education. The next, actually, I'm looking into, when we are talking about collaborative education, the first question comes is how to be have an effective communication. जैसे मैंने अभी कहा, I don't mind if I go bilingual. Uh, Most of the time we see this scenario in PTMs, that teacher is blaming a child and parents are saying something different. Parents are not at all expecting the things. Other way around also it goes sometimes. Parents are so aggressive कि आप तो मेरे बच्चों को बिल्कुल डांट दो, मार दो, कुछ भी कर दो, but I want results to be come up. I want this has to be happen, but teacher is so calmly telling parents कि नहीं, he is doing well, he can achieve better, he needs some time. This is what actually is happening. But the important thing comes when you have an effective communication strategies. And those effective communication strategies actually build up a good cooperation and good collaboration. Sometimes it happens that it's a just everyday experience that I'm experiencing and I'm sharing with you all, that if you do not have proper communication between school and parent, sometimes children, when they come to teenagers, they try to just misguide the things. I hope you agree with me. You may have teenagers at your home. May come across this experience कि अरे हमको तो पता ही नहीं चला ये स्कूल ने कब कर दिया, and you start blaming the school. And sometimes it may happen कि teachers start blaming the parents that we told everything, but still parents are not turning up. Still parents do not understand that what the child is doing. So this is the lack of communication. So there are many strategies that we can apply to have an effective communication between teachers and between parents. And nowadays we have a digital platform. It's a wonderful way to communicate. It's a transparent way to communicate with the parents, to know them each and everything, what is happening around the school, what is happening on campus, what the child is doing. So day to day feedback can be given through this digital media. So you can have a real time updates by using the technology. It is the most convenient way, because nowadays I don't think there is any single parent who is without mobile phone for a second. I hope you agree with my point. So when the parents and when the teachers are totally around with the technology, why not to use this technology to have an effective communication? Second important thing, we have to be an active listeners, not only the speakers always. We have to be active listeners. We have to listen each other carefully when it comes to the problem of a child. There are many cases when the child find himself to be alone because nor the teacher, neither parents, nobody is going to listen. They have their own mindset. They have made their own frames out of a child, that nahi, ye to aisa hi hai. They tag the child, they label the child. And this labeling is really very dangerous for the child when he's actually start growing up, when he's actually into the age when he's learning something, and once he start to learn to be get tagged by each and everyone, then he's no more coming out with a quality educated child, right? So this is an important point, that whenever we are having a parent teacher together, whenever we are having this kind of platforms together, we must have an active listening too. Let us listen each other, let us try and understand each other, and this actually build up a collaborative platform for the parent as well as the teacher, and finally the benefit goes to the child. And ultimately our goals is that the child must grow up with the skills and of course with the academics. So this is the way that we can have a good communication. Of course you must have a transparency between the communities, you must have a transparency between the teachers and the parents, and that benefit is ultimately is going to the student and for the growth of the student. This most important thing comes here is the expectations. Setting of expectations. Parent is saying my child is going to be an engineer, my child is going to get into IITs only. Teacher is saying no, आपका बच्चा तो डंप है, उसको मैथ्स बिल्कुल नहीं आता है, उसको साइंस बिल्कुल नहीं आता है, he is very poor into this subject. How can you tell that this child is going into IITs? This is the common communication that is going on every day, everywhere. So when we are talking about expectations, the setting of expectation is the most important, which has to go hand to hand with the parent and the teacher and the school and the parent. You must understand what are the potentials of your child, what are the capabilities of the child, sit with the teacher, discuss with the teacher that yes, in what areas my child is doing better, in what areas my child is giving his excellence, where are his weak points. This must be understood by both. Sometimes it happens that during the working the teacher may overlook the qualities of a child. It come across the parents because parents are they are 100% into this. बट समटाइम्स इट मे हैपन कि पेरेंट ध्यान नहीं दे पा रहे हैं कि उसके बच्चे की क्वालिटी क्या है, बट इट विल बी पिकअप बाय द टीचर. सो दिस हैज टू गो हैंड टू हैंड. So setting of the expectations by both parents and teachers support student a lot. And student also understand, yes, both of them are saying correct that where I have to be, I'm not good at maths, I'm do not good at science, but I'm good at art and craft. So my expectation to be a good, maybe a designer, maybe getting into architecture, and both are my parents and my teacher both are agree to it, so I'm going to do best into my field, right? So these are the things that we really need to take care of whenever we are talking about a parent teacher to become together. We should not make a mindset that yes, the child will go in this direction only. अगर नहीं जाना चाहता है, then we need to understand as a teacher also, and we need to understand as a parent also that what are the actual capability of the child, what is the potential areas of the child, where he really want to go out. So whenever when this goal setting happens, okay, when it happens, then what actually you get a student which is coming out of school into the higher education, a really quality educated child. Because most of the time it happens that colleges में जब बच्चे जाते हैं, when they go into the higher studies, आजकल के बच्चों में quality नहीं है. This is the common statement that comes across. तो ये quality क्यों नहीं है? Because we are lacking behind the setting the expectations. So being a teacher, being a parent, we need to understand. So we have to be very vigilant into this area, into this part, to try and understand that what actually child want to be. Okay, what actually child want to know. I'm just going through the comments, but I'm sorry, I'll come back to each and every comment once we get over. I hope this would be good for everybody. We can have a good platform. It's a good platform to discuss about, and it's a very important and crucial area I feel that we must discuss as a parent and as a teacher as well. Right, so setting of expectations, I hope that it is very much important area when we are talking about. And here, of course, a parent and a teacher, our teacher community should sit together to set the goals of a child, make him understand, make him help the child that where he actually wants to go. Just burdening up with our own expectations, let him realize that what he is, let him understand his own identity. This is very important, and then only we can able to fulfill what NEP wants us as an educator. NEP wants us to make a child an independent learner. So when a child is an independent, when he'll become an independent learner, when we make him understand that at what he is good. Okay, What are his qualities, that we need to understand. So this goal setting or expectation setting is another important area that we need to understand as a parent and as a teacher. And this actually empowers student. When we set the expectations together, this makes a child a confident student. वो दोनों तरफ से कॉन्फिडेंट हो जाता है बच्चा. He understands, yes, my teacher knows where I want to go. He understands my parents are agree that I want to get into the this area. So child becomes an independent learner. He understands. He takes his own responsibilities. And when he takes his own responsibilities, no doubt no one can stop him to fly. This is for sure. So one such child understands that what he actually wants to be, and this happens only when we set the expectations, when we set the goals, and this actually empowers the child. This actually make a child an independent. He actually make the child to get into the goals where he want to be, what studies he should go for the higher education, which college he should choose, which area he should get. That happens eventually. That happens, you no need to force. क्योंकि अभी हम what happens, जब बच्चा 10th या 12th में आ जाता है, जनरली एंटायर फैमिली गेट एंगेज्ड. कौन सा कॉलेज लेना है, कौन सा सब्जेक्ट लेना है, विच एरिया यू शुड गो, विच सिटी यू विल गो. Everybody start looking into this. No one asks the child that what he actually wants to do. No one asks that child that better what are your strong points, where you will be comfortable at. So this has to be very much clear, and this comes up when, of course, the teacher who is teaching the child and the parent, when they come together on single platform. Because teachers are looking into the cognitive development of the child, teachers are looking into the academic development of the child, parents are looking into the emotional and social development and when these all areas come together, the child is actually getting empowered. So these four areas, of course, very important for the child when we're talking about development or educational development in the child. So hand to hand work is very important. So whenever we are empowering the child in this manner, yes, we have to come together as a parent and as a teacher. Cultural sensitivity, this is again an important area. Most of the time it happens that in our school or in our colleges or in our education system, we have children from all different backgrounds. It's not always that I have a children only from a good cultural group. I have a children only from a good academic, economically empowered background. No. So this cultural sensitivity is very important because most of the time क्या होता है, अगर बच्चे का family background is not good in the sense parents are not educated enough to support the child, what happens? Teachers generally overlook that child. अरे इसके घर से तो सपोर्ट ही नहीं है, ये कुछ भी नहीं कर पाएगा, what to do with this child? These things come up. This should not happen as a teacher. This should not happen. When whatever the parental background, we have to support that parental background to bring that child up to that level of education, because education is the right of everybody. It's not the right of having economically powered background. It is not the right of having parents those who are highly educated. No, it is the right of each and every child. So this cultural awareness is very important. In the teachers parent collaboration, we must have inclusivity. We must include each and every background. We must talk about each in parents teacher meeting में एक बच्चा है, he is from maybe from slum areas, parents are not that educated, working hard throughout the day, पीटीएम में आने से भी कतराते हैं because they understand they don't, उसकी parent teacher तो ध्यान ही नहीं देगी if I get into PTMs. So again what happens, a gap is created and of course the thing goes to the child. the development of the child stop there. बच्चा धीरे धीरे चीजों को छुपाना शुरू कर देता है because he knows my parent could not come to PTM, my parents could not get entertained by the school, so where to solve my problems? He himself tries to solve his problems and may reach to some end which is not at all expected for that child. So this area, cultural sensitivity has to be understood by the educators. All parents are at equal level. That's what the day today is celebrated. International Day of Education is celebrated for that. We must have equitability. We must have a common platform for all the parents which are coming into our institution, which are coming into our society. So every aspect, not only the economical, not only the social background, every aspect is important for the development of the child. Because ultimately, the center of education is the child. And for that also, for that, we need to come together to have a collaborative learning. So this is an important aspect because we every day some or other thing happens in school, and these are the day to day experiences. पेरेंट नहीं आते हैं क्यों? बच्चे को पूछा आज पेरेंट क्यों नहीं आए, हमने बुलाया था, मैडम लास्ट टाइम आए थे, सो nobody entertained, they stopped coming to school. This should not happen. If we actually looking into the quality, then that's the reason I started with what is the measure of a quality education. This makes a quality education. When our society, when our children, when our teachers community are culturally empowered, they understands the differences, and according to the differences, they make the difference in the life of a child. That is the most important part. So coming together to have a cultural, to building a trust is very important, understanding through the cultural competencies. So once this trust is developed, so ultimately the benefit goes to the child. So everything is coming up that, and this supports the students' well-being. Mental awareness, mental health. जब बच्चे को ये पता चल जाएगा कि मैं किसी भी बैकग्राउंड का हूँ, मैं आई एम नॉट इकोनॉमिकली साउंड, माय पेरेंट्स आर नॉट दैट एजुकेटेड, but still my teacher, my school, everybody is supporting me, it helps the child's mental health. This helps the child's emotional well-being. This is very important nowadays because see, most of the time now the families are turned into nuclear family. You all agree to it. Earlier we have joint families, we have so many people into our families, एक नहीं तो दूसरे से बात कर लेंगे दूसरे दिन, but nowadays we have 3 to 4 people into our house. Moreover, there are likely most cases when we have single parent, either mother or either father. We have cases where they have disputes in the family, we have parental disputes in the family. All these things are actually troubling the mental health of the child. All this is troubling the emotional well-being of a child. अब उस केस में अगर चाइल्ड को हमने पेरेंट के साथ कोलैबोरेट करके सपोर्ट नहीं किया, तो चाइल्ड विल बी नोवेयर इन हिज लाइफ. And this actually starts from school education. There are many cases which I come across every day where mother is living alone, father is not with the family. Father comes once in a week to meet the child, asks all different sort of questions. Again, child get confused what to answer, what not to answer. With these disputes, nobody comes to school, nobody turn up to talk with the teacher, nobody communicate with the problems of the child. So again, there is a big gap. And this gap actually making a child collapse. So student well-being, supporting student well-being happens only when we understand the family background of a child, when we understand its problem. Because when child come to a teenage, child actually starts hiding the things. He never discuss his family issues with the school. Never. अगर बच्चा कॉन्फिडेंट नहीं है, अगर बच्चे को ट्रस्ट नहीं है, वो कभी भी किसी भी फैमिली इशू को आपके साथ एज अ टीचर डिस्कस नहीं करेगा. But once the child has built up the trust, he will open up all his pages. This also happens. So when this happens, that means the teacher, the parent, and the student, they all are on the one platform. They all are together. They all are discussing their issues. They all are working on the problem of the child. They know each other very well, and this develop a strong trust. And this actually increases the child's confidence, its mental well-being, its emotional well-being, and of course he will stand a strong candidate in the society. So this is another important area where the actually the teacher and the parent should come together. The school community, the college community, and the parent community should come on the one platform for the health well-being, mental health well-being, and the emotional health well-being of the child. Because there are many areas where child never open up himself because of these certain issues. We need to so of course this will come when we have an encouraging involvement, when we involve parent, will we make parent engage into different activities. We have different communities in our education system. We have associations where the parent and teacher and the child should sit together around the table and discuss all the problems and issues and have a good community within the school. So involvement is most important part. More you involve, more you engage, the more build up you have in the community, and this measures the success of the child. This gives the actual impact on the studies, the feedback of assessment, measuring his progress. Everything comes across smoothly when we have this kind of collaborative learning system, when we have this kind of platform together, when we see a school as a family of a teacher, parent, and the child together. So this actually gives up the things. And when it comes, when we have the professional development of our teachers itself, teacher must understand how to collaborate. Teacher must understand how to have an effective communication. A teacher must understand how to build a partnership. And for that, we actually need a professional development of a teacher. हमेशा हम blame game नहीं कर सकते. If we go on going blame and blame game, then the child will nowhere. वो अपना रास्ता खुद ढूंढ लेगा. He will not depend on teacher. He will not depend on parent. He himself will find his own way and he'll go ahead on that. नहीं चाहिए हमको कोई. Straight away. And now the generation is so clear about their thoughts. They are so clear about their goals that if you are supporting them in a positive way, you are welcome. Otherwise, no problem. We are confident enough to do our things. I think you all are agree with my this statement.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
To have this kind of platform, to have the collaboration between teacher and student, between teachers and parents, yes, we need a professionally developed, a mentally developed teacher. And that what actually NEP and that what actually different training programs that schools are taking care of nowadays is actually important. Try to understand what parents are actually want, what student is actually want, and what teacher is actually. So it's a round circle where these three are the major pillars. And when these three major pillars are there on the one platform, of course, we are going to get a quality education. We are going to get a sustaining momentum. We are going to get a long term partnership, which will definitely have a success in the student's life. which will definitely make a child with uh, his belongingness, with to know about what actually he wants to be, and ultimately we are going to have a wonderful society of such people. That is what we actually talking about. So evening only, I was just listening in the news, and our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, was talking about that the youth of today, it's in their Amrit Kal. They are the builders, and when they become a builders, when we as a teacher and the parent, we all come together. We must have this long lasting relationship amongst ourselves to grow, to make our child a wonderful citizen of the society. So this is what I'm actually talking about today on the day of international education, that yes, this makes a quality education. This will actually fulfill what our NEP is talking about, not only for the school education, but of course for the higher education. So this is here. I just come to an end here. If you have any question, if you have anything to discuss about, you all are most welcome. And of course, I would love to listen the feedbacks for the things. Thank you so much, all of you, for listening me patiently once again.
Thank you very much, madam, for the excellent presentation.
Thank you so much.
Now I request dear participants to come with your queries.
Sir has raised
Dear
his hand. Shukla, sir. Should I stop
Shukla
my
sir, please.
presentation so that we can come forward for the discussion?
If it is ongoing, please continue, madam, or we make a session of discussion.
We can continue with the discussion.
Hello.
Welcome, Anand Shukla sir. Yes.
Yes, sir,
Good
please.
evening, Dr. Bedkar sir, Principal sir, Prashant sir, and good evening, ma'am. Wonderful presentation. And
Thank you
really,
so much.
nowadays there is a kind of a gap in between what the teachers are thinking and what the parents are thinking.
Of course.
Okay, they visualize the child and the development of child in different ways and different fashion. And many of the times you are missing what child wants to do. That instinct of the child is we are not knowing. So
Of
we are
course.
pulling here and there, we are pulling in here and there, and that parent teacher meet is a really a tug of war in
Yes,
between the parents
that's
and teachers. The
yes, of
teachers are
course.
blaming the parents, and parents are blaming the teachers. That is the only
Yes.
thing what is happening, right? So I want to present one very important case. One
Mm-hmm.
of my student is such a brilliant, very brilliant. Her
Mm-hmm.
handwriting is like like a typewriter, and her
Mm-hmm.
notebooks and her journals in the medical field and the case records are such a wonderful to see. And it really for a teacher it is a very delightful, exciting thing.
Yes.
But the thing is, the parents are just they are want to focus their child on academics. Once I tried to send that girl to the university for, she's having beautiful drawing also. So some
Mm-hmm.
competition was there, logo competition was there. I tried to send her, but the
Mm-hmm.
parents came with fighting that we don't send my child like this or girl
Yeah.
like this.
Yes.
And that is one thing. And then the same child, I really see that girl has great potential. But
Mm-hmm.
again, I started putting her in a clinical posting, and people, the parents denied. So
Mm-hmm.
many of the time we are not coming at one conscience, and
Mm-hmm.
that is how it becomes a kind of a big puzzle for us how to solve this puzzle. So
Of
would you
course.
like to comment on this kind of scenario? Thank you.
Sir, of course. See, what you said is actually true situation, because even I have experienced such things that parents are not at all ready to go off track. They just want to be into that box of academic of a child. But for that reason, sir, we are, as what I tried is, I usually call parents into different kind of activities in my school and showcase their activities. We have regular communication with the parents and let them understand that what actually child is. And for that reason, we have, I really prefer to have a regular orientation of the parents. NEP is training teachers, NEP is making professional development of the teachers, but NEP is never being showed in front of the parents. That is the big deal. So in my school also, in my institution also, my parents teacher meetings are not blame game. My parents teacher meetings are actually the orientation of parents. We make them understand that what NEP is actually talking about, what are the expectations of the future generation. And in that manner, we have to change the mindset of the parent. It will not happen overnight, sir. It will take years. It may take time, but actually we need to just put that seed into their mind that yes, now we need to change. So that is what actually we practicing in our school. We have regular orientations, we make them understand. So our PTMs are mostly the orientations of parents. We make them realize that what is actually the skill development of a child. No doubt academics is important, academics is just one part of.
Ma'am, that the one of the parent is a teacher in a school, okay, and they
Mm,
don't have television or anything, the other sources. I could
mm,
see a potential of UPSC cadre in that girl, but
uh,
still, they asked me non, please don't send her anywhere now. She
uh,
let her pay attention to the school and her means the colleging and other aspects. That's it. So
mm,
I felt so sorry, such a potential we are going to waste.
mm,
So even in fact a teacher, the parent, one of the parent is teacher, and
mm,
mind you, we have such a kind of a conversation. The
mm,
parents started weeping and all those kind of scenario happen. I said, okay, sorry, I was wrong,
mm,
because the parents are controlling the girl. The girl
mm,
doesn't have her own view also.
mm. So such situation happens only in the case when the parent and child themselves do not have proper communication at home. This is another reason, because sometimes happens that child never open himself or herself in front of the parent after a certain age of time. They are looking into ki nahi theek hai, parent have this mindset, they want me to be get to into it, so they never open up, but they sometimes open up in
Man,
front of.
what I feel, that these parents are overprotective. The
Yes,
father
they are possessive parents.
means leaving the job and they are coming with the bike to the college and he's taking it again.
Possessive,
In
so
fact, the bus
possessive.
service is there, everything is there. But
Yes.
still, they are not relying on any other things. And I think the parents has to be, motivated somewhere. But how? I
Mm,
tried my level best, but nothing happened. They
mm,
really they said, please, leave my child like this only. Okay, I said, okay, then fine. It is your view, it is your
uh,
perception, it is your
mm,
child. Even
mm,
if it is my student, but the primary it is your child. So you take
mm,
care of the child. So that is the
mm,
only thing that I can do.
mm. See, sometimes, sir, it happens that we also drop down the hopes because we cannot force up to, so we cannot extend to limit. But what I feel that we need to be continuously, we need to have that kind of communication with the parents, a kind of brainwashing, maybe you can call as a brainwash to the parents, is important. We need to realize them, we need to make them understand, because the same situation I wish to share with you. One of my students, she never liked maths. It was very difficult for her, she never want to be into the science stream. What are her hobbies is history and geography. Could you imagine? A child is having so much of interest in history and geography, and parents just don't want to send that child anywhere else out of science. Even they don't want to send out of this town, I mean Indore city. But somehow I keep on talking with parents, I keep on talking with mother, father, and finally I told ki is bachche ko you just give this child to me. I'll teach her, I'll make her sit, I'll make her study the subjects, and please send that child where she want to be. I keep on doing this again and again. The child used to come at my place to study. उसको एक ही बात बताई सर मैंने, that if you want to get your subjects of your liking, you have to study maths, you have to pass through maths, and then only you will going to. She was so scared ki madam, if I pass my maths, still my parents would not send me for history and geography. I said they will send you, you just show them that you will do maths also. You will not believe, sir, she, that child, has secured 95% mathematics in class 10th. She has opted subject. Parents make them allowed looking at her result, allowed her to take her subject, and now she is doing archaeological. She is in the Archaeological Survey of India. She has done PhD in history in archaeology from Baroda. So this chasing we need to keep on doing, sir. That what I feel. But the scenarios and the situations are different everywhere. We cannot apply every time. It is not a thumb rule that we apply in every situation. But situation differs. Situation matters. But we have to keep chasing the situation. That what I feel. So it come up with results, some or other kind of results we will definitely get for on that part.
Yes, ma'am. There was a time when the parents were leaving the child to the teacher, and you whatever you want to do it. But the child should be learn something. You do it whatever you want to do. That kind of a permission was granted by the parents. But nowadays, the parents are so sensitive, and if
Yes,
even simple words also offends the child, and he takes
yes.
that meaning to the home, and the home people comes to the
Not
colleges.
you cannot say a single word. That is what parent teacher collaboration actually talking about, sir. We need to understand each other. We need to understand, and that for that reason I said professional development of a teacher is very important. Teacher must understand how to turn a parent into, and parent also need to understand the scenarios. It should not always be school ne aisa kar diya, college ne aisa kar diya. No, because we are also parent. I am also a teacher. I am also a parent. My son is teaching. My son is studying in same school where I am working. I am playing both the roles every day. Every day I come across with some or other kind of complaints. I come across with some or other kind of blessings. Everything happens every day, but that thin gap need to be balanced. And once you understand how to maintain that balance, it would be wonderful for everybody. That's what I feel. You all are more experienced, more learned than me, but I'm just sharing what I experience every day, and that's
Thank you,
so.
ma'am. Thank you.
It is really wonderful, Shukla sir, to talking with you, and I hope we keep on communicating on this
Yeah, definitely.
things because
I
this
think this is a
is
beautiful platform given by our honorable and very beloved principal,
yes,
Dr.
yes. I'm very thankful and grateful for
And
this
this
platform.
Prashant sir always keeps smiling, it really motivates us.
Of
And he's
course,
always there and with the subject, he collects all
yes,
information. So
yes.
wonderful job is going on. And speaker like you, that definitely it gives a kind of a practical aspects of learning. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'll just go through the chat. If any question come across, I'll definitely love to answer those.
Yes, sir. Definitely. Definitely. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Shivaji Tekale sir, if would like to ask something, please come. You
हा
ask directly to the madam.
हा
Shivaji
सर मी
Tekale sir.
वाचलं तुमचं नोट वाचलेलं आहे सर. पण आपण समोर बोललं तर जास्त चालेल. नो डाऊट आय कॅन आय कॅन स्पीक मराठी. आय कॅन अंडरस्टँड मराठी. इट्स नॉट
I read the question, madam. Are you
हा येस सर नो प्रॉब्लेम और शुड आय गो.
now? Tekale sir ask a question. It is
हा
in chat box. विद्यार्थ्यांना एकाच वेळी शिक्षणाच्या अनेक संधी उपलब्ध करून देणे आणि ऑनलाईन शिक्षणाची जी पद्धत आहे 40-60 याचा वापर झाल्यामुळे प्रत्यक्ष अनुभव यात काही दुरावा निर्माण होतो का किंवा त्याचा काही गुणवत्तापूर्ण शिक्षणावर परिणाम होतो का असं त्यांना म्हणायचंय.
नाही सर असं काहीच नाहीये. उलट कसं आहे की आपण टेक्नॉलॉजीचा उपयोग जर चांगल्या प्रकारे केला ना इट इज गोइंग टू बी 100% बेनिफिट फॉर अ चाइल्ड. आपल्याला फक्त हे कळलं पाहिजे की आपण टेक्नॉलॉजीचा उपयोग कसा आणि कधी करायचा है ना. मोबाइल इट एवरी टाइम्स कम की बच्चा मोबाईल यूज कर रहा है, मुलगा नेहमी मोबाईलवर असतात, मोबाईल यूज करतात ते. पण मोबाईल कसा आणि कुठे यूज करायचा हे आपण कधीच त्यांना शिकवलं नाही. आपण फक्त त्यांच्या हातात मोबाईल देऊन दिला. आपण फक्त त्यांना टेक्नॉलॉजी देऊन दिली. पण टेक्नॉलॉजीचा वापर कसा करायचा आणि कुठे करायचा हे आपण नाही शिकवलं मुलांना. कधीच नाही शिकवलं. पण आता आपण ब्लेम करतोय मुलांवर. इट्स रॉंग. इट्स आवर फॉल्ट. तर जेव्हा पण आपण टेक्नॉलॉजीचा किंवा ऑनलाईन शिक्षण पद्धतीचा विचार करतो, त्यावेळी आपल्याला हे लक्षात घेणं जरुरी आहे, की या पद्धतीचा आपण किती जास्तीत जास्त उपयोग करू शकतो. आजच्या तारखेत मला सांगा, याआधी आपण ऑनलाईन जेव्हा नव्हतो, जेव्हा टेक्नॉलॉजी नव्हती, काय मी घरात बसून ऑक्सफोर्ड किंवा अशा युनिव्हर्सिटीजचे कोर्सेस करू शकत होती का? नाही करू शकत. पण आज माझ्याकडे ती फॅसिलिटी आहे. है ना? बिकॉज ऑफ दिस ऑनलाइन ओनली वी आर हियर टुगेदर शेअरिंग आवर थॉट्स, शेअरिंग आवर व्ह्यूज, है ना? ओपनिंग आवरसेल्फ विथ मोर विजन अँड मोर प्रॉस्पेक्ट्स. ओके. द इम्पॉर्टंट इज हाऊ टू यूज इट. कसं वापरायचं ते फार महत्वाचं आहे. तर त्यामुळे याच्याने काहीच फरक पडणार नाही. उलट या गोष्टी ज्या आहे, या गोष्टी मुलांच्या शिक्षण पद्धतीमध्ये आणखीन इट इज गोइंग टू बी अन ॲड ऑन पॉइंट्स इंटू देअर एज्युकेशन सिस्टम. दॅट्स व्हॉट आय फील. Because I am totally into the technological use of things in the education system. 100%. The only thing is we need to make them understand how to use the technology. Instead of blaming them की आता दिवसभर मोबाईलवरच बसला असतो, मोबाईलच बघत असतो, पण मोबाईलमध्ये काय बघायचंय, किती बघायचं हे आपल्याला शिकवावं लागेल. कारण पुष्कळशा गोष्टी आपल्याला शिकवल्या गेल्या म्हणून आपण शिकलो. पण तसंच नाही शिकलो. कुठल्याही गोष्टीचा उपयोग करायला आपल्याला शिकवलं गेलं की नाही. आपण जर गाडी शिकलोय, तर गाडी कशी आणि कधी आणि किती चालवायची. तसंच आहे मोबाईलचं पण. कसं, कधी आणि किती वापरायचं हे आपल्याला त्यांना सांगितलं पाहिजे. हे शिक्षण आपण त्यांना दिलं पाहिजे. तसं दुसरे एज्युकेशन्स असतात. when we talking about when we come to the higher education, we're talking about different type of education, different type of literacies to the children. है ना, न्यूमरल लिटरसी आहे, सेक्स एज्युकेशन आहे, प्रत्येक गोष्टी आपण शिकवतो. सो वाय वी आर नॉट गिव्हिंग दिस टेक्नॉलॉजिकल एज्युकेशन? वाय वी आर नॉट मेकिंग चिल्ड्रन टेक्नॉलॉजी लिटरेट? दॅट इज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टंट. सो लिटरसी इन ऑल आस्पेक्ट्स, ऑल एरियाज आर इम्पॉर्टंट. त्याच्यामुळे नुकसान काहीच नाहीये. जर सांगितलं नाही तर नुकसान आहे सर. दॅट इज ट्रू. जर आपण त्याचा युजच नाही सांगितलं पोरांना, तर मग ते खरंच नुकसान आहे. याच्याने मला नाही वाटत की काही फरक पडेल. आय होप आय सॅटिस्फाईड.
त्याच्यासोबतच आणखीन एक क्वेश्चन त्यांचा आहे की विद्यार्थ्यांना एकाच वेळी शिक्षणाच्या अनेक संधी उपलब्ध करून देणे, असं त्यांचं म्हणणं आहे. ऑनलाईन शिक्षणाबरोबरच एकाच वेळी अनेक संधी उपलब्ध करून देणे विद्यार्थ्यांना.
अनेक संध्या उपलब्ध करून देणे आणि त्याच्यापैकी संध्यांचा उपयोग करणे याच्यामध्ये फरक आहे. है ना. आजच्या तारखेला जर मी 10 कोर्सेस बघतीये, तर त्या 10 कोर्सेस मला अवेलेबल आहे. पण ते 10 कोर्सेस पैकी फक्त जर 2 माझ्या महत्वाचे असतील, तर इट्स माय चॉईस. इट्स माय अंडरस्टँडिंग. जर ऑनलाईन कोर्सेसमध्ये इफ आय एम गेटिंग, सपोज फॉर एक्झाम्पल, मी स्वतः भरपूर कोर्सेस ऑनलाईन केलेले. मी TISS मधनं ऑनलाईन कोर्सेस केले, मी IIT मुंबई मधनं ऑनलाईन कोर्सेस केले, मी IIT कानपूर मधनं ऑनलाईन कोर्सेस केले. दरवेळेशी त्यांचे 20-20 कोर्सेस माझ्या समोर येतात. पण ते 20 कोर्सेस माझ्यासाठी नाहीये. त्या 20 पैकी एक किंवा दुसरा कोर्सच माझ्यासाठी असेल. आणि ते शिक्षण, ती माहिती आपण मुलांना करून द्यायची आहे ॲज अन एज्युकेटर. की पुढच्या फील्डमध्ये, पुढच्या आस्पेक्टमध्ये तुम्हाला कुठल्या डायरेक्शनला, कुठल्या दिशेला जायचं आहे, त्याप्रमाणे तुम्ही कोर्स चूज करा. तर जर आपल्याला एवढ्या जर आस्पेक्ट्स, एवढे जर पॉसिबिलिटीज किंवा मिळत असतील आपल्याला, तर त्याच्यापैकी कुठला माझा आहे, दॅट वी नीड टू अंडरस्टँड. इट्स लाइक अ बुफे. Buffet, you have all type of cuisines presented in front of you. But what is suitable for you, what makes you happy in the taste is our choice. So that is our mindset, and that mindset comes when we make the child to understand, we make them that skillful again it comes into collaboration, right? तर ते आपल्याला कळलं पाहिजे. तर अध्यापनाची जर बरी आपल्याला एकपेक्षा जास्त अप्रोचेस किंवा we are getting those facilities, we are getting those openings, what is suitable for me, that is most important. And that understanding comes when we make that child independent enough to think, make them child independent enough to understand that what are his potentialities. That is the difference. I hope I'm satisfying with the.
So thank you so much, Dr. Shukla sir and Tekar sir, for your questions. Now I request the chief organizer of the series, principal of Shri Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya Ausa M. Bedkar sir, for concluding words. You are most welcome.
Thank thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for wonderful listening to me. And it is wonderful experience to be you all and looking forward for more sets in future. Thank you so much. All.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Today is National International Education Day. And before two vote of thanks, just we salute Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Mahatma Phule, and Savitribai Phule, who have mentioned in writings that what is the value of education. So, thank you so much. Now I move towards the vote of thanks. Sri
नाही सर, धन्यवाद धन्यवाद सर्वांचा आभारी आहे. धन्यवाद सर. काय
Duryodhan Ray sir, you have raised your hand. Would like to say something? Okay, so Shri Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya Ausa district Latur has been organized a world record series. Yeah, 24th day of the long series. Was very important. Every teacher, students, parents, that parent-teacher collaboration, how it enhancing students' success through the partnership. Now this topic have presented very well, delivered a wonderful lecture by Honorable Dr. Rakhi, chitnis Madam. Madam have explained the learning system, then different benefits of collaboration, why the collaboration is important for parents and teachers, how can teachers interact with the parents, how can you collaborate with parents, then what is the importance of the parents and teachers, as well as the collaboration efforts of parents and teachers, collaborative efforts of parents and teachers, and giving different example regarding the system, that is new education policy. So thank you so much, madam. You have covered each and every aspect to the topic in a simple way. You explain all those things brought in front of us. So very thankful to you on behalf of the organizing committee members. Also thanks the chief organizer, our ideal principal M. Ambedkar sir, faculty members of my college, Dr. Kokne sir, Honorable Praveen Vidya sir. Special thanks to Dr. Swan Shukla sir, Tekale sir, and all those personalities who appreciated the session. And also, I should not forget to thanks all the dear participants who joined the series. So thanks a lot once again to you all. Kind request, please fill the feedback link which is given in the chat box. With the kind permission of the chief organizer, I declare the session is over. Thank you so much. Rakhi madam, you accepted invitation.
Thank you so much.
And that is very important to everybody.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much. Good night all.